Well, here we are on the AMX again. That heater motor, I ran battery to it and it was drawing current, but it wasn't turning, so I took it out and oiled it up and got it to spin. It blows good now. And then I was in here trying to get these cables. You can't really see, but I had to take out the glove box. But here's a little update on the AMX. I had some bad pin in this one. They were a couple $100, and I lucked out. I got a used one for 30 bucks. The plastic was broke loose on it, and the switch was messed up. See, it's got 3 terminals and one of them was burned off. But I had a good switch on my old one, and I had a good pin in it. So what I did is I took the pin off, and it's held by a little clip down in there. Keeps it from moving supposedly. But what I did, I just glued a nut on each end of it so it can't move. And it's moving good now. So, and this had the clips on it, and I fixed the switch here. First notch, second notch, first notch, second notch. So that's all good. I cleaned up the electrical contacts in it, and I still don't really like the way this whole thing moves around. There's a keeper down in there. I think I'm gonna just jam me a little piece of something in there to make it tighter. This thing right here, yeah, I can jam a little piece of metal down in there and tighten that up. Anyway, here's my switch drying up with JB Weld on it, and I think I'll be in pretty good shape here. I really don't like how loose that is. Kind of late to try to do anything about it now. Maybe I can squish it a little before that dries completely. Now I just pried that up and rammed a little piece of stick under that spring clip there. It looks like it's going to tighten it up pretty good. It's really not no friction or anything on it, so I'm pretty sure that'll hold. And it looks like my plastic is all glued on. I thought I was going to have to pull a whole dash out to get to these screws. I didn't even know what was holding it in, but anyway, it turns out there's 4 screws, and you can get to them from the back. It's really no fun, but you can see these 2 and this bottom one if you get your head up under by the brake and a good light. This one you can't see at all. I just did it by feel. I was lucky to get a screwdriver in it, and so hopefully here I can put this back in. That really tightened it up when I clamped that thing down on it, and there's really no oil in there, so I'll oil it all up real good, and we'll see what happens. It may not really make any difference I'm hoping that it won't. This other one was really sloppy and loose. And this was the pin in this one here. And somebody tried to rivet it. And then it has a little cutout on it. It's like homemade for a circlip. But I took it out, put the other pin in. It didn't have anything in it. So that's what I'm trying to do there with this vice grips and nuts and glue is make ends on it. Well, you can get you set up. You can see the shaft moving here. It's yeah, see, it's moving quite a bit. JB Weld might hold it, but I think the problem is that little spring down in there. I'm going to try to put a screwdriver in there and rivet it down some more. I don't know if this camera is even focusing, but that's really no good. I gotta do something about that or it'll just tear loose again. Now that's a little better. I put a little short screw in there, and that seemed to tighten it up real good. Yeah, it's not moving around at all now. And everything is all good here. That's screwed in nice and tight. So it's not a very good design to start with, where everything's all loose. It's held together with a spring. I don't know. It was a bright idea that was. It would have been so much easier just to thread it and put a stud in it. Anyway, I guess that was the cheapest way to do it. So well, I'll oil it all up, and looks like my JB Weld is kind of holding it together here. For some reason, looks like these are supposed to move a little, probably to follow the track of the spring. Don't know. We'll see. But it's a lot better than it was. And here's my old one. Yeah, they're both about the same shape. They're not real scratched up or anything. This one's probably a little worse, but I didn't want to try to take my knobs off of here or anything. And it's just a heater control. I'm not going for concourse restoration, just to get it to work good. And that'll be a lot better than it did before. Just work it all would be good enough. And here we go. Keys on. There's low. There's high. Low. Off. Low. High. Alright, well, looks like that was good. I just noticed there's a little brass thing right there. And it's going to the dome light. Floorboard light. These take special bulbs. They're single filament dual terminal. And it looks like this goes to the where this thing bolted in here on the bottom. So I'll try to do that. I'm not gonna really crawl under there and try to do that right now. I'm gonna play with my my control things here. May have to, there's one of them that's stuck over there for the defroster. So I'll clean that all up a little bit. And tomorrow when I've got a little more light, I'll crawl under here and try to put this thing back in.